Alright, so if you're just joining us, we had some technical difficulties. Was trying to get this stream to work on Rebels Racing Network, but was unsuccessful. So I'll be streaming this to my personal YouTube channel for now. So we're about 11 laps into this, coming to lap 12. Daniel Cunningham was their pole sitter. He has fallen back to 5th place and currently got some 2-wide racing all throughout the field. This is an Alien Night race, so that means anybody with any I rating can join in, including past champions. Got some new faces in the field and some old school faces. Matt 90's getting up front and taking the lead. Nice to see him running up front. Got a nice sweet little paint scheme with the raccoon on the hood. So one of the new guys we got in here is Austin Moore. You see him in that pink number 9 car. Ryan Derrick, I know he's been part of the league for a little while, but this is I think the first race I've seen him run. Brandon Limecooler in the 61 car. Kyle Roberts making an appearance tonight. Self-proclaimed super speedway king. Always good to see Kyle on the track. If you're new to the Grand National Series, we have a little bit different rules this season. We're going to be running the Xfinity car this season. We have an I rating cap of 3,000, and no past champions are allowed to race in the series with the exception of Alien Nights. What that's going to do is allow some of these guys that don't typically run up front, they'll get a chance to win a couple of races, maybe even pick up a championship. Should make things more competitive throughout the season as long as we can keep our participation numbers up. 19 cars on the track tonight. Matt Kleeman going down on the bottom, going to take him 3 wide, take the lead over from Matt 90's. Matt was stuck in the middle there for a second, but looks like Daniel backed out and let him have it. Bottom line, it's working really well tonight. Definitely the fastest way around the track. Really clean race so far, especially with the new guys running. Really impressed to see how everybody's kind of keeping it together, kind of being patient. A lot of give and take. Next week we go to Rockingham. Should be a fun track. Lots of bumps in that one with this car. It's one of the more difficult cars to drive in iRacing. Oh, we got a wreck. Who was that went around? Looked like Travis Bieber. His car is destroyed. Let's go back and see what happened here. We got a bad bump there from the 9 car. Austin Moore. He bumped him there in the corner and just got him a little bit sideways, turned him down into Matt 90's. You'll have to forgive me, I don't have any of the sponsorship graphics set. This Wreckage Rewind is brought to you by Kinder Farm and Ranch. I just don't have the graphics. I had to rush home from work and just throw something together. Let's see who else was involved in that. Got Matt 90's. Matt actually hit the wall and then saved it. It looked like the 88 of Charles Stevens. The 23 of Aaron Adcock. Everybody else pretty much dodged it. Austin Moore, I'm sorry, got a pretty big hit there. He's running a modified now. Yeah, let's see if we can't go on board with him. If I can find it. You have to forgive me, I'm trying to learn how to use all this stuff. Well, know if they picked the right driver. Gets in there and just get right about here. Just bumps him in that the left part of the bumper and just turns him around. I'm not going to be as efficient at this as Eddie is because he uses this stuff every week, and this is only like my second time ever using this broadcast software, and it's also different than what Eddie uses. So be nice if we get us a better camera view. Right now it's showing Christopher Reese as your leader. This comes off pit road. I don't know how to pull up the timing for the pit stops, so you just have to figure he probably took 2 tires if he came out that far ahead of everybody. Brandon Wallace in P2, Matt Kleeman in P3, Ryan Derrick 4th, and Daniel D. Cunningham running 5th. Now the drivers do have one faster pair in this series, so that should help them help those guys that got involved in that accident get their reset, get back out on the track. See Aaron Adcock coming off turn 2, gonna catch the field. Stephen McDonald, he was caught up in that. But Travis Bieber has a brand new car. He's looking pretty good. A little early to want to use that faster pair though, because you know there's going to be some wrecks later in the race as we get closer to the end. No, he didn't want to have to use that. Let's go take a look at Austin Moore. Got his reset. A lot of good looking paint schemes out there tonight. Particularly fond of Chris Reese's car. That simple flat black look. The bright yellow numbers. Good looking scheme in my opinion. Matt Kleeman. Love his Sheets car. Brandon Wallace, aka Bubba in the double bubble. He can go to hell. But it's a nice car anyway. Daniel Cunningham bringing the heat with that inverted paint scheme. We used to see him in the dark blue Banfield Pit Hospital car, but he's rocking the pearl white tonight. Ryan Derrick might have one of my favorites though, just because it's a throwback to Neil Bonnet with the mom and pops, but it's got the DEI stripes, so that's kind of cool. Got an appearance from Davy Jones as we get ready to go green here. Hopefully Davy doesn't end up on his lid like he did in the Daytona 24-hour race. Got to wonder how aggressive these guys are going to be that have just used their faster pair. I know if it was me, I'd probably be dropping to the back and saying, you know what, I don't want any more of that smoke. I'm going to wait till about 10 to go. It's a small enough field that you can actually make some moves once you get inside 10 to go, 5 to go. It's going to get dicey though, especially with these cars. Matt doing a great job pushing up front. Looks like he's thinking about stepping out there, but he's going to stay tucked in there behind Chris Reese. Getting tucked up right behind his bumper. Davey getting a little squirrely back there, backed off. That's going to open the door for Brandon Wallace to jump down. And I think if these guys are smart, they'd probably just single file out and ride out a few laps before they start getting dicey and use up all their faster pairs. But as soon as I say that, Austin Moore's going to step out to that high side and see if he can't get Ryan Derrick to go with him. Another newcomer I'd like to point out here is Jimmy Cofield, driving that number 58 Chevrolet. Part of I'm sorry, not Po-Man. Part of Outlaws. He's the son of the other Cofield that runs in our league here. So he gets a push there from Aaron Adcock. Riding right there behind Travis Bieber. Kieran Church. Nice to see him show up and run some laps with us. Haven't seen him in a while. That's a great looking scheme. I'm telling you that they're bringing it with the flat black tonight. It's hard to go wrong with flat black. It looks like Reese is jumping down. He wanted out of there. He led his laps and he's going to take it to the back. I think he may have slowed down a little bit too much. He's going to lose the draft now, I think. And it's not what you want to do, especially if we get a long green flag run. He needs to keep that thing on the lead lap. Mickey Isaac showing up in the 01 car we're all familiar with. Now I've been running here for 2 years and that paint scheme has not changed. You always know when Mickey's coming up behind you. That tan and black. But back to the front, top line doing some work. Austin Moore trying to get up there side by side with the leader, see if he can't lead a few of these laps. He figured he done tore his car up, so he might as well get up there and try to get some bonus points. He'll be competing full-time in this series, along with Ryan Derrick, who is right behind him giving him the push. And then Kyle Roberts. Kyle's got a really nice looking paint scheme. Kind of looks like Aaron's car, but he's looked like he was going to be stuck in the middle there for a second, but he got it back up there. Kostick let him in. Overall, not real dicey. Everybody just kind of taking it easy and riding. So you don't want to use up that faster pair too soon because we get inside to 10 to go and it's going to get real hairy. Now, I'm not exactly sure what a fuel run is in this car, but they are running 60% fuel in these tanks as opposed to the full tank. So that's only going to give them about... Oh, let's see, a full tank's 18, so right around 10 gallons, something like that. Oh! Matt Kleeman and Austin Moore rubbing fenders there. A little early for that. Trying to get that side draft, which it did work, but so he gets the lap led, but I mean, you've already used the faster pair, I'm sure. I don't think you want to go rubbing fenders in the middle of the corner on lap 26. Ryan Derrick is flirting with that wall in turn 1 and 2 as he gets up there and almost brushes it. And you know, I said earlier that I thought Christopher Reese was going to lose the draft, but he's right there. I mean, I think that they're just hanging back so much in the back of the pack that he was able to pull up to him. He's only about a half second off pace here, so. Overall, pretty good race so far. And immediately after this race, ARCA will be holding their exhibition race, their season opening exhibition race at a road course. And don't try to get me to pronounce the name because I can't. It's some German track. It's free. Should be a good show. I know nothing about the track. Can't even say the name. So, but next week, ARCA will begin its official week 1 points race. Let's see if I can't pull up that schedule here. So they're running at Rudskogen, Copenhagen. Hell, I don't know. Tonight, and then next week they begin this season at Auto Club. Auto Club puts on some good racing, especially on those ARCA cars. Whoops. Some movement up front here is the 9 car has fallen back a bit. Top line kind of died while I was looking at the schedule. A lot of wiggling in these cars. It's going to make it hard to go 3 wide towards the end of the race if they can't get these cars to stay on the rail. Part of me wonders if these things are pushing tight a little bit because I'm seeing a lot of cars drift up going into turn 1 and 2. Let's go on board with Kyle Roberts. A lot of wiggling from that 99 car. Old Bubba's drunk on the double bubble. Kyle getting down below the lines there. Gets it corrected. Hell, Bubba's straighter in the corners than he is on the straightaway. These cars are a blast to drive, though. Right there with the ARCA car, they're probably one of the harder cars to master in the service. Got a good amount of horsepower. They got that small spoiler. They make for some really, really good racing, especially on 1.5s. Cars back there kind of falling off from the pack. Kieran Church, Jimmy Cofield, and Christopher Reese. I'm sure that's by design. Now, they're not teammates, but I don't think any of them want anything to do with that pack right now. And Jimmy's a rookie here. Like I said, he's the son of Jonathan Cofield. They're running that, was it Bandit Motorsports or Outlaws? Hell, I don't even know. But this is his first official race here in the league. I want to give him a warm welcome to the Grand National Series. You know, I think I'm going to have to give him the paint of the night, too. That's a slick-looking ride. Don't tell his dad I said this, but he's a pretty good painter, too. Jonathan, that is. Right now, he's out there just logging laps, trying to get used to racing around people. Being respectful, keeping his distance, not putting pressure on anybody yet. He's got a good teacher. Take a look at old Charles Stevens running that 88 Apex sim racing machine. So he wiggles and almost gets into Mickey Isaac. Boy, his car is dirty. What's he been doing in that dang thing? Got the dirtiest looking car out there. Has he been running dirt down there in the damn infield? Golly. It's not a whole lot of action going on right now. Just, like I said, everybody's just kind of settling in, running laps. Look at Daniel getting right up on the bumper, Kleeman there. Ooh, caustic. Last season's cup champion, number 8. It's up there behind Kyle Roberts. Oh, I don't mind broadcasting. This is it's a first for me doing broadcast like this. So I'm still learning all the stuff. I don't have the same software Eddie does, so. Oh, we got one up in the wall. Looks like Jimmy Cofield back there took a brush. See if we can't drop back and see what happened. Hopefully he stays in it. Don't abandon us yet. Well, I don't know what the heck happened there, but let's see if we can't back it up. He just came off turn 2 and got a little high and rushed the wall. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Right there, just clipped it a little bit. But he's still going. I think he's fine. I don't think he has too much damage. Probably just gonna put that right side. Maybe he'll get lucky and the caution will come out before he gets lapped. Because he's lost the draft now, and with that damage, it's going to slow him way down. But he's done a great job so far. Like I said, he's just out there turning laps, trying to get used to driving around people, trying to gain some experience, and he's done great so far. I mean, even though he got into the wall, he kept it off the other cars, and that's about all you can ask right now. Love to see new drivers coming in, as they're coming in for pit stops now. So. Matt Kleeman, Brandon Wallace, Kieran Church, Christopher Reese, Davey Jones, Matt Nighties. Let's see how many tires they take. It's going to take 4 tires. Kleeman's going to take 4. It looks like, no, he's going to take 2. Brandon took 2. Brandon may not have taken tires at all because he got out of there really fast. We got more drivers dipping off here. It looked like Travis Bieber and Andy Kurtz. And those guys always run solid paint schemes, man. I love that Lowe's car, that Ally car. They match, you know what I mean? They go together really well. Oh, and we got a wreck! It looked like Brandon Limecooler. Not sure if he came down or... I think it was a little bit of both. I think Steve McDonald may have come up into him a little bit. Caution did not come out as he saved it. It was a great save. Yeah, it looked like McDonald just came up a little bit. And Brandon got into the wall. What a save, though. Keep that thing from spinning. So I don't think a caution would have came out either way. He's going to go ahead and pit, and you guarantee you he's taking his fast repair here. They're checking up on pit road. Not sure what's going on there. See if we can't get another camera shot here. The majority of your cars on pit road. Daniel Cunningham, Brandon Limecooler, Stephen McDonald, Mickey Isaac, Austin Moore, Ryan Derrick, Charles Stevens, Mike Costa. Now he took 4 tires. I'm not sure if I would have done that. That's going to put him behind the A-ball. He's probably going to lose the draft here, and that's going to end up hurting him really bad as you see the leaders going by already. He's going to be really far behind the 8 balls. We come to 11 to go. Kieran Church and Brandon Wallace are going to get the undercut, and they're going to be your leaders. And they've got a nice little 1-2 punch going, little tandem going. Is it going to be enough? Are they going to be able to break away? Or are they going to start racing each other and let the field catch them? If they can... Well, that's not going to last because they've got 4 cars right behind them all lined up with Aaron Adcock, Kyle Roberts, teammates. And then you got Andy Kurtz and Travis Bieber, also teammates. And they've already caught him, so... What initially looked like it was going to be a 2-car breakaway is now 6. And it's about to get wild because we've got 10 laps to go, folks. Then you got to go 3 seconds back to Mickey Isaac. The next pack of 4. You have Mickey, Daniel Cunningham, Austin Moore, and Matt Kleeman. All running nose to tail here. They're going to have to get close, bumper to bumper, if they have any shot of catching that lead pack. 3 seconds behind the leaders. But it looks like Kieran Church is actually falling off pace. Not sure what happened to Kieran in there. Let's see if we can back that up real quick. Coming down the backstretch. Oh, he got loose. He hit the apron and got loose and saved it. Unfortunate for Kieran. So that second pack's going to catch him, and now we're going to be 5 cars up front. Brandon Wallace, the solo, with no teammates now. Can Kyle Roberts and Poman hold them off for 9 more laps? Got a lap car. Matt Knighty's coming up. He's going to stay up high. It's about to get in. Can BK Motorsports get up there and challenge them? When are they going to make their move? Aaron Adcock is just absolutely glued to Kyle's bumper right now. He's, I mean, probably barely slide a credit card through there. Travis Bieber has Andy Kurtz back there to help him, but the problem is he's got Bubba Brandon Wallace in between him. What's Bubba going to do? Who's he going to dance with as they come up on Jimmy Cofield? Oh, no! Teammates turn each other on the backstretch. No! Oh, we had such a good race going. Oh, and the big crash on the backstretch. Kyle Roberts had checkered flags in his eyes. And they went to take evasive action around the lap car, but they tried to go up under the apron and ended up spinning each other. Oh, no. So you see him coming up on Jimmy Cofield here. And for whatever reason, Kyle ducks under the apron instead of going around the high side. And when he does, Aaron tries to take evasive action and follow him, but ends up getting into the side of Kyle Roberts and turning him into the Cofield and into the wall, which collects Matt Knighty's. Oh, just unfortunate. And then Kyle decides he's going to go through the chicane and get some practice for that Daytona 24 that already happened last week. Oh, what a heartbreak for Po-Man. Oh, they had it. Well, now we got to go up front. Aaron's your leader. He's got some damage on the left front, but now he's alone. He's got Bubba Wallace behind him, and he's going to have the two teammates of BK Motorsports starting up on the top side. How much of that damage is going to affect him in that 23 car? We don't know. But you'll be restarting with, what, maybe 5 laps to go, 4 laps to go. I don't think you can come down and take your fast repair. Well, he's already used his fast repair, I'm pretty sure. So you can't come down and get your damage fixed. It just puts you at the back of the pack. Unfortunate circumstances there. Just a bad sequence for Po-Man. Let's go take a look at Kyle Roberts. Doesn't look like he came down pit road to get his fast repair, so he's gonna tough it out with what he's got, it looks like. Well, that just made things very interesting. Overall, been a pretty clean race, though. It's only our second caution, I believe. We've had a few mishaps. Some half spins, some saves, some rubbing of fenders. I think Kyle just closed up on Jimmy Cofield so fast. I think he got kind of indecisive, wasn't sure which way to go. It just happened so fast, and he just went low instead of going high. And tough break, man. But lights on the pace car are off. Got one to green. And when we take the green flag, we'll have 4 laps to go. 4-lap shootout. Who will win the first race? Grand National Season 5 in the Xfinity car. The new Grand National, the Developmental League, currently. And depending on attendance, we may have to change the rules for that. The idea was, to, like I said, to get people in that don't normally run up front, allow them to win some races and win a championship. Get the spotlight a little bit, if you will. But we also want to keep the attendance numbers up. We'd like to keep it between 20, 25 cars, something like that. So if attendance drops off too bad, we may have to open it up for everyone or come up with some new rules or something. But if you know anyone looking for a series to run, they're under 3,000 I rating, this is the place. Tell them to get in here. If they're close to 3,000 I rating, meaning if they're just slightly over, we might make an exception. Just depends. Like I said, the whole idea is to get rid of the aliens out of the series. Your Eddie A. Smiths. Try to mix it up. Get some new people in the winner's circle. Get some new interviews on these broadcasts. Pace car is off. Get ready to go green. And Aaron Adcock will take the green flag as we got 4 laps to go. Brandon Wallace giving him a heck of a push down on the bottom side, but you got the teammates of BKM up there. They're not going to back down. You know Andy Kurtz is going to be all over the bumper of that 114 trying to get him in the victory lane. You know, honestly, I don't know if Travis Bieber has won a Rebels League race yet or not. But if he has, it's been long enough that he's pretty damn hungry. Look at them, man. They are glued to the bumpers. Brandon giving a hell of a push to that 23 car. I don't think that 23 car damage is affecting him at all right now. How dicey are they willing to get? Who's going to be the one to go around? Bieber leads that lap. 3 to go. All I can say right now is anyone but Bubba. Just don't let the 99 win. They're getting dicey back there. They're going 3 wide. Can't see who that is. It looked like it was... You know, missed it. They backed out of it. It looked like it was Charles Stevens, but they backed out of it. Let's go back up front. Top line, falling back just a little bit. That bottom line is a little bit better formed up. But as I say that, they get to run off the corner. Bieber's going to lead that lap. 2 laps to go. Got one car up to the ball in turn 1. Looks like Ryan Derrick. But we're going to stay with the leaders. I don't think I've ever seen Brandon Wallace push this hard. Mickey Isaac really needs to get up on that bumper of the 5 car if that top line wants to work out. Oh, and they're wrecking in turn 3. Stephen McDonald gets down into the 14 there of Daniel Cunningham.
My radio sound bad out there.
Oh, and Charles Stevens just going flying through the air. Oh, terrible ending for Charles Stevens. Not a way he wanted to end the first race of the season. See if we can't see what happened there. All right, started there with McDonald, I think. Let's go to another camera here, see if we can't figure out what happened. Oh, Charles Stevens got into the back of him, and it looks like it clipped him down into Daniel Cunningham. And then Stevens just gets obliterated by Ryan Derrick and goes for a ping pong ride. Oh, tough luck. And it looks like Daniel's in the pits. I think that... No, he's got another faster pair, so he's going to be coming back out. So he's not done yet. Looks like he got a fresh car, I believe. Wait till he comes around here and take a look at that car, see how if it's got any damage. Looks cool. It's a fresh car, but they... good Lord, it looks like it's covered in mud. But that's going to give the lead to Travis Bieber with Aaron Adcock restarting on the outside. And Bieber's going to have Kurtz restarting right behind him. So teammates on the bottom. It'll be a green-white checkered. The first of 3 attempts. We decided to move it up to 3 attempts this season instead of just 2. So let the carnage ensue. Jimmy Cofield taking his wave around as a lucky dog. And that should put him back on the lead lap. And I almost forgot, the Wreckage Rewind was brought to you by Kinder Farm and Ranch. Gotta get that little spiel in there. I don't have my graphics set up. Like I said, I did this in a rush. it's a miracle I even got anything to broadcast at all. Normally we'd put this on Rebels Racing Network, but I could not get the stream key to work for me, so Eddie's expert on that stuff, and when he gets back, maybe he can show me a thing or two. And your Jeff By Jr. art, best paint of the night, will go to Jimmy Cofield in that 58 machine. So Cofield asphalt finishing. Red and black, the chrome numbers. It's a sweet looking car. I'd drive it. Car's looking good tonight. One to go, coming to the green flag here this time by. One guy that's been kind of quiet tonight is Michael Kostick. He's a quietly fast guy. You don't hear a lot out of him. By the time you hear him, he's already up front. He'll sneak up on you like that. Always running that Jack Daniels black scheme. You always know when it's him behind you. Wonder if he's got anything for these boys, if he's just going to let them duke it out. Newcomer Austin Moore running in P7. Right behind Mickey Isaac, and he pushed Isaac up to the front. Pace car pulls off.
Green, green, green.
And Travis Bieber takes the green flag as Andy Kurtz pushing behind him. They kind of jumped out to a little bit of a lead there over Mickey Isaac. There's a kind of a gap back to that third car in line. I don't know if that's going to hurt him coming off turn 2 because Brandon Wallace and Kieran Church are right up on the bumper of Aaron Adcock. Already seeing a breakaway between these top cars. Honestly, right now, it's just too close to call. I mean, Brandon Wallace is pushing with everything he's got. I'd be surprised if he's not beating the bumper off of that 23 car. Coming down to the white flag. We'll take this flag. The race is official. White flag's in the air. Andy Kurtz pushing on Travis Bieber's bumper, trying to get him to the lead. Pick up that first win. Top line, dying off a little bit in turn 1. You're just not tight enough up there. If they can't get any tighter, they're not going to be able to get a run. Aaron Adcock trying to side draft to come off of turn 2. Oh, they touch. Mickey Isaac goes down to the apron. Travis Bieber and Andy Kurtz, nose to tail. No challengers. But they've lost their help. Will the 23 get a run off the corner? He's going to get the side draft. Is he going to get a run? Bieber jumps up to block, but it's going to be Aaron Adcock side drafting his way to the front. Getting sideways in the trial, and Brandon Wallace is going to win it at the line. Are you kidding me? Bieber had the win, but he moved up off the bottom to block, and when he did it, all hell broke loose. Oh, heartbreak for Bieber, man. He ends up P4. Let's go back to that finish. Back it up just a little bit more. I got to see. So he comes off of 4 and tries to make the block, but he just doesn't go high enough. Aaron Adcock gets all the way to the 3rd lane, and Brandon Wallace sticks with him. And when he does that, he loses all of his momentum because now he's broken the draft from his teammate. and they touch going down to the tri-oval. Aaron Adcock had it if they don't touch. I don't know if Aaron was coming down the side draft. He wasn't confident that he had it, but when he came down, they touched bumpers. Aaron does all he can to save it, but goes around, and Brandon Wallace ends up winning the race. Wow. Well, congratulations to Bubba Brandon Wallace on winning the opening race of the Grand National Xfinity season. Stayed up front all night, pushed like hell, was trying to push Aaron to a win, but Aaron said he didn't want it, and just gave it up to Bubba because he's such a nice guy. Well, crazy how that one worked out, but I guess let's see if we can't get some people in here to interview as they do their little burnouts. Hell, I don't even think Bubba knows how to do a burnout. Gosh dang. Andy, this is Jonah up in the booth. You got me?
What's up, Jonah? Gotcha.
Hey, man, quite a wild finish there. Take me through those last couple of laps, man. What was going through your mind?
Man, the only thing going through my mind was trying to get Travis a win. And we were close, but congrats to Brandon. It went by him, but yeah, that's what we were trying to do. I thought we were doing a great job drafting. Lot of focus, just trying to push him as hard as I could without wrecking him, and got a little kerfuffle there on the backstretch on that last lap, and it just kind of got us spread out. And I think it was Aaron. He got a really good run there coming to the line, and it's maybe my fault. I told Travis, told him that run was coming and to block him, and maybe he should have just stayed with me. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was a really good race though. Really good race by everyone. Only like 2 cautions, so had a good shot. That's all you could ask for.
Yeah, I called it out there on the broadcast about 7 to go. You went from about a foot off of his bumper to I don't think you could slide a credit card between your car and his because you were pushing him so hard. I mean, that was some of the best draft work we saw all night was between you and him, and then of course the Poleman guys. But yeah, it's kind of a roll of the dice when you get into these super speedway races. Every move he makes, just it's 50-50, and he definitely gave it all he could, and it was a great race. You got any sponsors, any shout outs?
Yeah. Well, thanks. Well, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, just want to thank all you guys for putting this on again for us. I was really looking forward to all these series getting started here in the season. So I'll be looking forward to running the couple that I can here. Really enjoy this Xfinity car. I want to thank you guys, Rebels, Brandon, for kind of heading all this up here this year. I want to thank Kinder Farm and Ranch, Jeff By Jr. Art, Flexible Freight Solutions, Dark Horse Motorsports, Nodex, Fast Repair, and of course Chuck Pegleg Felts.
All right, man. Now before I let you go, the next Alien Night's at Legacy, Kentucky. You got any thoughts on that track?
Oh, that's my track, man. You heard it here.
All right. Andy Kurtz calling a shot. 2 weeks.
All right, man.
10th. We'll see you, bud.
Oh, yeah. See ya.
All right. Well, that was Andy Kurtz. I think I moved him to the wrong channel, but that's all right. Let's pull up our second place finisher if I can find him, Mr. Old Aaron Tiny Adcock. Where's he at? Aaron, to the stage, please. Hey, Aaron Adcock, what's going on, buddy? Aaron Adcock, you got a copy? That's all right. We'll get back to him here in just a minute. We'll put him back down in the waiting room. He ain't ready yet. He's still shocked that he lost that race. So let's I guess let's bring up your first place finisher. Let's see if we can find him. Brandon Wallace, you got a copy, sir?
Hey, what's up, Jonah Colbert?
Hey, Mr. Wallace. Found yourself pushing that 23 car there towards the end of the race, giving him a hell of a push. Thought you were going to push him to the victory, then all hell broke loose there in the tri-oval. Congrats on the win, first of all, but take me through what happened from your perspective.
Well, I knew there was no passing, so I was just, I was content passing. We were 1 and 3 on the inside, and then when the yellow came out, we were on the outside, and he wanted me, I'm not going to be able to pass anybody without pushing him or him without that. So I'm just pushing him. And then the 9 came up and crinkled my fender, I guess, out of 2. And I was like, oh, we're done. And I got back on his bumper and just kept pushing. And next thing I know, the seas parted.
Yeah, it was quite a wild finish there to the end. I thought Travis was going to pick up his first victory. And then I went from thinking that to Aaron Adcock's going to get a victory. And next thing I know, that damn 99 was crossing the line. And I was cussing because I told them to wreck y'all race, but nobody listened to me. So
they were trying, man. It was,
well,
they were messing with my emotion.
Congrats on the win. You're the points leader now, heading into next week at Rockingham. How do you like your chances at Rockingham?
Not my favorite track, but I'll go out there and do what I can.
Hey, blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. Am I right?
Exactly. That's just how it works around here.
It can be 2 weeks in a row, and you'd be sitting pretty. All right, man. You're locked into the playoffs, so you got to think.
Man, I want to thank everybody, you guys, obviously, all the admins. Thank you. If you're broadcasting, I hear Eddie, man, I'm thinking about you. I just heard, man, I thoughts and prayers are with you. Jeff By, Junior Art, Kinder Farm and Ranch, Flexible Freight Solution, Davey Jones, Dark Horse Motorsports, No Next Fast Repair, and Chuck Peg Lake Valves, man.
All right, brother. Well, we appreciate you and great win tonight again. Congrats, and hopefully we'll talk to you next week.
All right. Thank you, brother.
Let's see you. Let's try Aaron Adcock one more time. If he's not there, then we'll bring up a guest. Let's see if he's here. Hey, Aaron Adcock, you got a copy?
Copy, Jonah.
Hey, sir, there you are. So, man, what a finish. There for a while, I thought you and Kyle Roberts had it in the bag. Then y'all had a little kerfluffle there on the back stretch, the lap car, and then I thought you had it in the bag, and then I thought Travis had it in the bag, and then you had it again, and then all hell broke loose in the tri-oval, and y'all ended up letting Bubba win. What the hell happened out there, man?
Man, I tell you, it was a nerve-wracking night for sure. I wasn't anticipating getting caught up in that first wreck we had. I thought I had dodged it, but I think somebody come in off the wall at the last second and got me in the rear end, and so I had to take my fast repair. So I was in conserve mode there, just trying to make it to the end, just running some laps. And me and Kyle sat back there and got talking about it, and he said, I think we ought to just short pit them and surprise them. He said, everybody's got a pit. And I said, yeah, you're right. I don't want to go too early, don't want to go too late. I said, you make the call. He said, all right, we're going this time. So we come in, got our fuel, and it worked out beautiful. I mean, we drove straight to the front once everybody started making their green flag pit stops, and thought we had it, and just had a little mishap there on the back stretch with some lap traffic. But stuff happens, and everybody will learn from it. And I felt real bad because I got into Kyle a little bit, and cost him a chance to be up front with me. And and then I told Brandon I'd help. If he'd help me, I'd help him do whatever. And I guess he helped me so much I let him win the race because it got a little western there in the tri-oval. I didn't realize I'd moved down that far, and I didn't realize that Travis had moved up that much, and we just kind of met. And thought there for a second I was gonna Carl Edwards it across the line there and win it, but just didn't happen like that. But I was glad to come in second, and glad I was able to push Brandon to a turn and help Brandon get a win. So he helped me there at the end, and I was happy to see him get the win. So yeah, it's been Daytona super speedway racing.
Yeah, well, second place is still nothing to shake your head at. You're second in points now. Probably one of the more exciting finishes we've seen at Daytona, and I think that a lot of that can be attributed to this Xfinity car. And speaking of which, how are you looking forward to this season with this car? Do you think it's going to put on some exciting racing, or do you think it's going to be a little bit more difficult? We're going to see things spread out.
I think it's going to put on some good racing, and I think it is going to spread out a little bit, especially once you get to some of the 1.5 mile tracks. I mean, the races aren't very long, but we're also limited on our fuel, so you can kind of drive the car a little bit more aggressive and still have enough tire at the end of a fuel run. But it's also one of those cars that you just can't hold it wide open to the floor and expect to win races by just driving it as hard as you can. You still gotta lift, and you still gotta hit your marks, and it's one of those things that to me it's a car that I've started to really enjoy a lot because it's not a whole lot of momentum driven, but it's also you still got to drive the car, and it's not like a slot car. So I'm excited, really looking forward to going to Talladega. I love that car at that track. Eldor Dirt, we'll see. That's up in the air. I'll have to do a little practicing, but no, all in all, I am excited about this season with this car, and can't ask for more. Starting out second in points, so yeah, we'll move on to Rockingham next week and see if we can't try to pull out a W there.
All right, buddy. Well, you go get them. You got any sponsors? Any shout outs you want to make?
Yeah, my teammates at Poman Motorsports. Kyle was there tonight helping me all he could, and I was helping him. We worked real well together. Wish we could have had a couple more guys here tonight, but schedule conflicts don't work out the best. But yeah, the league, Original Rebels Racing Network. Appreciate you stepping in for Eddie tonight and putting this on for all the fans to see. And yeah, just Apex Sim Racing and Light Boots and just my friends and family and my wife and little girl and my little boy. We had our son last week on Wednesday.
Congratulations
So
on that, by the way.
I appreciate it. So officially a family of 4 and a dog. So it's it's been a wild week, but I wouldn't trade it for the world.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll see you next week, man. Take care.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's see if we can't get Jimmy up here. All right, which Cofield am I talking to?
Talking to Jonathan.
Hey, Jonathan, is your boy around? I wanted to say hi to him and give him a congrats on a hard-fought race.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Jimmy, come here.
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy, this is Jonah up in the booth. Just want to give a shout out to you for a hard-fought race there. You did pretty good racing around other traffic. What'd you think about running out there at Daytona for the first time around all these guys?
Pretty fun.
Pretty fun. Saw you
Yeah.
got into the wall there a little bit. Did it tear your car up pretty good, or
No, it's just got a 2X.
just 2X? Well, not a
Yeah.
bad first showing, man. Hope to see you more on the track. Hope to see you running up front. Just keep sticking with it and taking your dad's advice, and hopefully we'll get you in the booth again next time.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You have a good one.
Me too.
Well, all right. That's going to do it here on, well, I wish I could say it was Rebels Racing Network, but unfortunately I couldn't get it to load. So that's going to do it here on my channel for the Grand National Series. It was a joy calling this race. My thoughts are with Eddie Smith, praying for him and his family. Just hopefully everything works out over there with him. He couldn't be here tonight, but may be able to see him next time. So anyways, it's going to be me signing off. Y'all have a good night.